Hey guys, it's Melissa. Welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me. And today I wanted to talk about doing less and how that allows you to do the most. And it's this like goofy little idea I've been tossing around for weeks, and I'm like, it's just really cool because, by choosing X, Y, and Z, I get to do X, Y, and Z. And I don't want people to think that, paring down, choosing less, or saying no means that your life becomes boring, or means that you're, less satisfied and kind of like empty. You know what I'm saying? And so it really came up as a sign, like of assurance to do it when I was out to dinner with one of my good friends, and she was like, "What is sure? Like what?" When someone, you just like have these ideas, or you present someone with an option, and they just are like, "Sure." It's like, what? How do you not only not really contribute to a conversation, but you're also kind of giving in, like you're just like giving up what you think is best, or giving up what you're passionate about, or giving up what matters to you, in order to just get it over with, or to give in, And so I was like, well, funny, because I have this idea that, funny you should say that, I have this idea that, when I choose to do less, when I choose to, buy only things I need to buy, go to the places I only like to go, give or take, I am a human being, I am adventurous, I've covered this before, I do enjoy new things, often. However, I kind of have these like preferences, And I was like, and it's funny because when you have taste, or have an idea of like what you prefer and what's best for you, you really kind of get to just like stand up for yourself and stand up for other people, and I feel like you're really involved in your life, and because you're able to say like, hey, I would rather not, then you're able to say yes to something else. Excuse me. So I just, I don't know, I wanted to sit down and talk about that, and talk about how you get to do the most in two ways. One is going to be in the way of like, you really get to like turn your back to stuff that just doesn't serve you. You really get to walk away from things as a whole person still, and say like, I know that wouldn't work for me, or I know that that's not what's best for me. I know, and Lord knows it could be, absolutely. However, you don't have as much doubt and fear in your heart and in your gut and in your mind, because you're like, this is what in my pattern of experience in my life and being present and intentional and in choice, I get to do. You know what I'm saying? And so that's one of the ways that you just kind of have this like ability to have like not experience FOMO. You can call it JOMO if you want, which is the joy of missing out versus the fear of missing out. But the other way that I think that you get to do the most is that you really are doing the things you love more often. And doing the things you love more often, I don't think it means money. It doesn't mean stature or anything like that. It's free. So if I'm saying like, or you might cost you things, blah, 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 blah. But if I'm saying to myself, hey, I personally love going to, there's a place in Chicago, I love to play video games there, mostly foosball really. But anyway, so if I'm like, I hate playing video games, and if I go there and get $5 of tokens, I'm gonna actually be irritated, then I just say, what, I don't wanna go there, But if I know, like, let's say I like to play foosball or whatever, then I can still say, well, there's foosball there, and I'll still go because that's what I like to do, and that's what I'm gonna spend my money on. Or I can say, you know what, I'll actually rather go have Caviar. I've never had Caviar as a person, me. But I'd rather go have Caviar, and, people might agree or disagree or whatever, but if you do it, then you're truly, like, in this space of, like, this is excellent, like, this is wonderful, I'm amongst friends, I'm doing something that I'm familiar with, and I'm able to now, in turn, be more present or be more involved in the conversations, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it not only gives you the ability to say no and yes to the right things, but whatever you do say yes to is a full experience in your full life, and you show up powerfully there, So I just wanted to offer that. I know that, this idea of doing less can be different to some people. It can be intimidating. It can be like, what are you talking about? Or it's just reframed as like a new form of minimalism and stuff like that, which I do want to talk about in another video. It really does, to me, open up more for most of us, for everyone really. And it puts you in a choice where whatever you're choosing in that moment is perfect, and you get to have a really, really, really beautiful life experience with yourself, with people around you. And I realized too, I'm looking straight at myself and at this camera, so that's great. But it just is like, I don't know, I just love it, and just wanted to encourage everyone who's doing this stuff, who's taking on doing less, who's taking on really being in the moment in 2019. Thank you. Subscribe, comment, follow me on Instagram at Melissa Billions. That's Melissa 1L2S's, billions like the word. And I'll see you guys soon. Have a good day. Bye.